Strange Block Beats.
It's not personal, something.
Listen to me. Nothing in this life is coming for free. No, you're paying a fee. Just make sure you keep on all of them receipts. Yeah, I want me defeated, cause I got people that's depending on me. I know I'm distant, it's not what it seems. Give me some time and you see what I mean. The bigger the bang, making it harder to peep out the seam. I say what I mean. If you do not like it, you know how to leave. Them lessons received, straight to my knees when they raining on me. I'm truly thankful I got what I need. Done with the worry, my heart is relieved. Look to the sky, asking why you hold me down. I don't deserve it, but I use your wings to help me fly. No, I ain't perfect, but through your grace I seem to shine. The darkest places, use your light, and knowing that I'll be alright, right? I'm learning my lessons, I get it. It's so much that's gonna come with it. Before you, I handle my business. No, I'm not really tripping. You standing here is my witness, so I can't be out here pretending. I'm focused on all of these winnings. I'm with you, it's only beginning. Feeling what's missing. Get my fuel up, gotta use cup. When I'm done, I'm making sure I'm shining. If I screw up, then I look up, asking you to please to make it right. And I know that I think about how much you save me. I'm born again. I'm born again. I think about how much you save me. I'm born again. I'm born again. I think about how much you save me. I'm born again. Oh, 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 oh. Show right.
Hey, big salute, family. Giving our praise to the Most High Yah and faith in Yahshua HaMashiach. To the Israelite family worldwide, I say peace and blessings. Big salute to the CUC family, the FOPE family, and all my beloved brothers and sisters. It's all connected, family. Jacob and his 4 wives is all connected. And I'm going to show you in the Bible why the Most High allowed the handmaids of Rachel and Leah to conceive some of the tribes. It did not alter anything as far as the geno, as far as the blood. It's all connected. I'm going to show you that when people say, well, they were servants to Leah and Rachel, also was Esau a servant to Jacob. The elder should serve the younger. So there's no, should be anything, out of the ordinary or weird to anybody that he said that Laban gave his 2 daughters, the other 2 women, to be handmaids to their sister. There's no difference than Yah and Yahshua making Esau a servant to his brother. Same thing, family. And they was brothers. He say the elder should serve the younger. That's what the book say. But let's see how this is all connected. First, I want to deal with the book of Genesis. And it's something about our forefathers meeting these women at the well. Moses met women at the well and helped them out. Jacob rolled the stone back and helped that, I think it's Isaac. Let me get it right. Because you know me, I like to get it right. But they all met these women at a well. Even Abraham sending his servant down there to go find a wife for Isaac, which was Rebekah. He was at a well. When Yahshua talked to the woman that was a Samaritan, he met her at a well. What is it about the well? So I just pay attention to little detail, small things. But all these men met these people at the well. So let's deal with this though. First, I want to go to the book of Genesis 29, and I want to prove that Jacob received his wife from his mother's brother lineage. These are kinfolks. The Most High is doing something with this. He's keeping this all connected. This is why they told them, do not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan. Go to my kinfolk. Go to my kin. Go to my brother. Abraham told his servant, do not bring Isaac back here. Go to my kinfolk. Get him a wife. Because it's all connected, family. Let's go to Genesis 29. The book of Genesis 29. And it's about to all make sense. The book of Genesis 29. And I'm going to pick it up at verse 10. The book of Genesis 29. And I'm going to pick it up at verse 10. And it reads, and it came to pass when Jacob saw Rachel, the daughter of Laban, his mother's brother. Y'all heard that. His mother's brother, kinfolk, next to kin. Verse 10 again. And it came to pass when Jacob saw Rachel, the daughter of Laban, his mother's brother, and the sheep of Laban, his mother's brother, that Jacob went near and rolled the stone from the well's mouth and watered the flock of Laban, his mother's brother. So he did do this. He rolled the stone back and he saw Rachel. He helped out, rolled the stone back, and then he also helped out at the well. Moses did the same thing. Abraham's servant did the same thing. Yahshua talked to a woman at the well. It's something about the well, man. I just pay attention to small detail. So now we got that Jacob had to go to his mother's brother to get his wife, right? When Jacob saw Rachel, he did this. Verse 11. Verse 11. And Jacob kissed Rachel and lifted up his voice and wept. And Jacob told Rachel that he was his father's brother, that he was her father's brother, and that he was Rebekah's son. And she ran and told her father. The Most High is keeping this connected. We're going to find out why. Now, remember, it just said Laban. So let's do a little bit more research. Who is Laban? What is going on? Who is Laban? We know that it is Jacob's mother's brother. But I want to show y'all something. Let's go to Genesis 24, and I'm going to start at verse 1. Genesis 24. I'm going to start at verse 1. Genesis 24, and I'm going to start at verse 1. Genesis 24 and verse 1, and it reads, and Abraham was old and well stricken in age, and the Lord had blessed Abram in all things. And Abraham said unto his elder servant of his house, that ruled over all that he had, put, I pray thee, thy hand under my thigh, and I will make thee swear by the Lord, the God of heaven and the God of earth, that thou should not take a wife unto my son of the daughters of the Canaanites. Who else told a child that? Jacob, Isaac, and Rebekah told Jacob, go to my brother. They did not want Jacob to take a wife of the daughters of the Canaanites. Abraham said the same thing, family, about Isaac to his servant. Verse 4. But thou shalt go into my country and to my kindred and take a wife unto my son Isaac. Same thing Jacob had to do. He had to go to his kindred Abraham sent his servant to Abraham's kindred. Verse 5. And the servant said unto him, peradventure, the woman would not be willing to follow me unto this land. Must I need bring the son again unto the land from whence thou camest? And Abraham said unto him, beware that thou bring not my son thither again. The Lord God of heaven, which took me from my father's house and from the land of my kindred, and which spake unto me, and that sware unto me, saying, unto thy seed will I give this land. He should send his angel before thee, and thou shalt take a wife unto my son from thence. And if the woman would not be willing to follow thee, then thou shalt be clear from this my oath. Only bring not my son thither again. Why, family? Because of those Canaanites. Who was in the land at the time? The Canaanites, family. They was in the land at the time. And he did not want Isaac to deal with those Canaanite women. It's a reason for that, though. But you must understand the history of the Canaanites, the Girgashites, the Hivites, the Amorites. What did they do that the Lord did not want Israel mingling with them? They put a curse on themselves. How you know that, K. Judah? Because they stole land that didn't belong to them, family. They went into a man's lot and inheritance that did not belong to them. They put a curse on themselves. Even the sons of Noah told Canaan, that's not your inheritance. God is going to curse you. That is Shem's inheritance. And Canaan did not care. He still went into the inheritance that did not belong to him. So God did not want us to marry those women or our sons to marry those women or our daughters to marry those men. He made that clear. You should not marry them, make no covenant with them, nothing. But we know that our forefathers hard-headed. And I guess they did what they wanted to do. So they married them anyway, right? After the Lord specifically told them, you should not do this thing. You shouldn't do this. Good morning, Patrice. You shouldn't do this thing. So now we got that Jacob had to go to his mother's brother. Abraham told his servant, go to my kindred. Do not bring my son thither again here, because the Canaanites are dwelling in the land. Let's keep going. Verse 9. And the servant put his hand under the thigh of Abraham, his master, and sware unto him concerning that matter. And the servant took 10 camels of the camels of his master and departed. For all the goods of his master was in his hand. And he arose and went to Mesopotamia unto the city of Nahor. Remember that name, Nahor. Remember the name Nahor. I'm finna show you how it's all connected. Remember the name Nahor. It's going to make sense in a minute. Now remember, Jacob went to his mother's brother, which was Laban, right? Abraham sent his servant to his kindred, and he went to a city, Mesopotamia, unto a city of Nahor, not named Nahor, of Nahor. Who was Nahor? We're going to find out. Verse 11. And he made his camels to kneel down without the city by a well. They go that well again. It's something about the well, y'all. Good morning to my sister, Cynthia. It's something about the well. Moses went to a well and helped the daughters of the Midian king at the time. Moses' father-in-law, Prince of Midian, right? Jacob helped Rachel at the well, rolled the stone away. Isaac, Abraham's servant, met met Rachel at a well. She gave him water. Yahshua met a woman at the well. She gave him water. Something about the well. Verse 12. And he said, O Lord God, my master Abraham, I pray thee, send me good speed this day, and show kindness unto my master Abraham. Behold, I stand here by the well of water, and the daughters of the men of the city come out to draw water. Let it come to pass that the damsel, to whom I should say, let down thy pitcher, I pray thee, that I may drink. And she should say, drink, and I will give thy camels drink also. Let the same be she that thou hast appointed for thy servant Isaac, and thereby shall I know that thou hast showed kindness unto my master. Verse 15. Verse 15. And it came to pass, before he had done speaking, that behold, Rebekah came out, who was born to Bethuel. Listen, Bethuel, son of Milcah, the wife of Nahor, Abraham's brother. Why is you beating on your thing, K. Judah? Because I'm showing y'all how this all connected. This is all kinfolk, y'all. The Most High had a master plan. These are all kinfolk. And the Most High making sure that they taking these wives and husbands from their kinfolk. Because somebody got to come through this pure bloodline by the name of Yahshua HaMashiach. That's why he didn't want them to take the daughters of the Canaanites, because it would have tainted their inheritance and polluted the genome that Yahshua had to come through the line of David. This is knowledge. So he didn't want Jacob or Isaac to take the daughters of the Canaanites, because it would have messed up God's plan of what he doing. It bringing Yahshua through a pure bloodline. His pedigree had to be pure. It could not be tainted with any outside influence. Only in-house influence. That's knowledge. That's knowledge. So we know that Abraham had a brother by the name of Nahor. Check this out. Abraham had a brother by the name of Nahor. Let's go prove it right now, y'all. And it's about to all make sense. Remember, Abraham's brother name was Nahor. Let's go to Genesis 22. Genesis 22, and we coming right back. Hold your marker in Genesis 24 and verse 15. We coming right back. Genesis 22. And I'm going to pick it up at verse 20 to 24. 20 to 24. $20 to 24, family. 20 to 24. And it reads, and it came to pass after these things that it was told Abraham, saying, behold, Milcah. Didn't we just read that in Genesis 24? You remember Milcah? She had also borne children unto thy brother Nahor. I got to go back up again and read that for the people in the back. And it came to pass after these things that it was told Abraham, saying, behold, Milcah, she had also borne children unto thy brother Nahor, Huz, his firstborn, and Booz, his brother, and Kemuel, the father of Amram, and Shazaz, and Hazor, and Padash, and Jalap, and Bethuel. They go Bethuel. Remember in Genesis 24, it mentioned a man by the name of Bethuel. And Bethuel begot Rebekah. These 8 Milcah did bear to Nahor, Abraham's brother. Who is this Rebekah? Oh, that's the same Rebekah that we getting for Isaac. That's the same Rebecca that we getting for Isaac. Now let's go back to Genesis 24. Because now we got better understanding that all these are kinfolk. Bethuel, Nahor, which is Abraham's brother. What did Abraham tell his servant? Go to my kinfolk, get my son a wife from my kindred. Matthew 24. I say Matthew 24, Genesis 24. My bad. Genesis 24. Because now we got better understanding that Nahor is Abraham's brother. Now let me go back to 47. Let me go back to 47. What verse I'm at? Hold up. Okay, verse 15. Verse 15. And it came to pass before he had done speaking that behold, Rebekah came out, who was born to Bethuel. Didn't I just read that, y'all? Bethuel. Let me read that again, bro. And it came to pass before he had done speaking that behold, Rebekah came out, who was born to Bethuel, son of Milcah, the wife of Nahor, Abraham's brother. This is kinfolk. What are you doing, Lord? You keeping this thing in-house. This is all connected. This is why when Jacob took the other two women, Bilhah and Zilpah, God allowed them to have the other tribes because they also related. But K. Judah, it say they were servants and they served their sisters. Esau was Jacob's brother and he served his brother. What's the problem? What's the problem? Verse 16. And the damsel was very fair to look upon, a virgin, neither have any man known her. And she went down to the well and filled her pitcher and came up. And the servant ran to meet her and said, let me, I pray thee, drink a little water of thy pitcher. And she said, drink, my lord. And she hasted and let down her pitcher upon her hand and gave him drink. And when she had done giving him drink, she said, I will draw water for thy camels also until they have done drinking. And she hasted and emptied her pitcher into the trough and ran again unto the well to draw water and drew for all his camels. And the man, wondering at her, held his peace, to wit whether the Lord had made his journey prosperous or not. And it came to pass, as the camels has done drinking, that the man took a golden earring of half a shekel weight, and 2 bracelets for her hand, and 10 shekels weight of gold, and said, whose daughter art thou? Tell me, I pray thee. Is there room in thy father's house for us to lodge in? And she said unto him, I am the daughter of Bethuel, son of Milcah, which she bare unto Nahor, which is Abraham's brother, y'all. Which is Abraham's brothers, y'all. Verse 25, she said moreover unto him, we have both straw and provender enough, and room to lodge in. And the man bowed down his head and worshiped the Lord. And he said, blessed be the Lord God of my master Abraham, who hath not left destitute my master of his mercy and of his truth. I being in the way, the Lord led me to the house of my master's brethren. Brethren, kinfolk, kindred. Why you did not want them to take the Canaanites? Because they was a cursed people. They stole something that didn't belong to them. And they cursed themselves. That's why God said, destroy everything that belong to them. Don't make no covenant with them. Don't show mercy to them. Don't make marriages with them. Don't give your sons to their daughters or your daughters to their sons. Why, K. Judah? Because they put a curse on themselves. And Abraham and Isaac and Rebekah took that serious when they told Jacob, do not take a wife of the Canaanites. Go to my brother's house. Abraham told his servants, do not bring my son here again. Do not. Because I don't want my son to fall in the trap of the Canaanites and take one of these women to wife. Why, K. Judah? Because God has a plan. And that plan is to make Yahshua's pedigree pure blood. And God protected that lineage all the way down to the Messiah because his pedigree had to be pure blood. Now, okay, Judah, you got it wrong. Because there was a harlot by the name of Rahab. In Matthew chapter 1, verse 5, brother, she's in the lineage of the Hamashiach. You better do your research. That is not Rahab the harlot. Her name is Rahab, not Rahab. That is not the harlot. What about Ruth, K. Judah? Well, you need to understand the history of Ruth. There was a king by the name of Og and Sihon. The Numbers 21 let me know, according to the scriptures and history, that the Amorites took the country of Moab from Moab. We never took Moab's land from Moab. We took it from the Amorites, who took it from the former king of Moab. They never took the inheritance bottom of the Arnon River, but they took the country, the plains of Moab. How we know this to be true? Because once they fought against Og, king of Bashan, and Sihon, king of the Amorites, where did Moses die at? In Mount Nebo. Where's Mount Nebo? In the plains of Moab. How long did the Israelites dwell in that land? According to Judges chapter 11. They dwelt in that land for over 300 years. Ruth was born in the time of the Judges. So when you read the Judges and you get to Ruth, it is impossible for Ruth to be a Moabite by blood when the tribe of Reuben had that inheritance for over 300 years. But you have to understand the history to get that. You have to understand the history to understand Ruth. Well, K. Judah, she say, your God should be my God. When you look up the word judges in Hebrew, which is Elohim, what do it mean? Gods and judges. What did God say in the Old Testament? You should not revive the gods or the judges of your people. Judges just mean gods. God just mean judges. So when Ruth said, your God should be my God, she said, your judge should be my judge. Your people should be my people. Why? Because Ruth didn't know them on the other side of the Jordan River. She didn't know Naomi and them. Remember, half tribe of Manasseh, Reuben, and Gad received their land east of the Jordan River, not over on the side of the land of Canaan. They received their plot of land in the plains of Moab, Gad, Reuben, and half tribe of Manasseh. But you have to understand the history to know that. So Ruth is not a Moabite by blood because they would have messed up the pedigree. Rahab could not be the harlot because it would have messed up the pedigree. They could not take a wife of the Canaanites because it would have messed up the pedigree. It's all connected. That's why God made sure he kept this thing in-house and tight-fitted. Tight-fitted. Verse 29. Verse 29. And Rebekah had a brother, and his name was Laban. And Laban ran unto the man unto the well. Hold up. Rebekah had a brother named who? Laban. Where did Jacob get his wife from? the daughters of Laban. In-house. In-house. Now let's go back, because we finna make this thing connect. So now, so far, God had already connected the dots. Now we know that they got their wives from their kindred, mother's brother, and also Abraham's kinfolk and his brother, which was Nahor. Rebecca was born to a man named Bethuel. This is all connected, man. Now let's go, family, because now I got to go back to Genesis 29, verse 10. And I'm going to point out some things according to the Bible that's going to make sense to you. Genesis 29, because now we understand what Abraham said. We understand what Isaac and Rebekah said to Jacob. Now we understand. Genesis 29 and verse 10. Genesis 29 and verse 10. And it reads, and it came to pass when Jacob saw Rachel, the daughter of Laban, his mother's brother, and the sheep of Laban, his mother's brother, that Jacob went near and rolled the stone from the well's mouth and watered the flock of Laban, his mother's brother. And Jacob kissed Rachel and lifted up his voice and wept. And Jacob told Rachel that he was her father's brother and that he was Rebekah's son. And she ran and told her father. And it came to pass when Laban heard the tidings of Jacob, his sister's son, that he ran to meet him and embraced him and kissed him and brought him into his house. And he told Laban all these things. And Laban said to him, surely thou art my bone and my flesh. And he abode with him the space of a month. So they were kinfolk. Kinfolk, fam. Kinfolk. Now I want to point out something to y'all. I'm not going to read all of it, so we're going to just hit some key points. Jacob loved Rachel. She was beautiful. Soon as he saw the woman, he fell in love, man. He loved the woman. But I want to show y'all something that Yah supersedes our small thinking. And sometimes we could behave in a way that displease Yah. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Let's go to Genesis 29. And we're going to read verse 31. Stay in Genesis 29. And we're going to read verse 31. Genesis 29 and verse 31. Check this out. Verse 31, and it reads, and when the Lord saw that Leah was hated, he opened her womb, but Rachel was barren. What are you showing us, Lord? What are you showing us, Lord? Hold your marker right here. Let's go to Proverbs 31, verse 30. Proverbs 31, verse 30. What are you showing us, Lord? Let's see. Proverbs 31, verse 30. This is why God opened Leah's womb and not Rachel. Even though he loved Jacob, he didn't like in that moment the behavior of Jacob. Was it Jacob's fault that he was tricked? No. But God wants us all to know something for a teachable moment. And this is what it is right here. Proverbs 31, verse 30. Favor is deceitful and beauty is vain. Read that again, K. Judah. Favor is deceitful and beauty is vain. But a woman that feared the Lord, she should be praised. Jacob only loved the woman for the beauty. He knew nothing else. Is Jacob wrong because he saw a beautiful woman? And we see that today, that men see a beautiful woman and start jumping over bleachers and hurdles to get that attention. But it's good to get to know somebody to See where that mind at, and not just the beauty. So beauty is vain. And God didn't like what Jacob was doing, even though it wasn't his fault. But God saw that Leah was hated and Rachel was loved. So God opened up Leah's womb and not Rachel. This is a teachable moment because beauty is vain. It's vain. Let's go back to Genesis 29. Genesis 29 and verse 31 again, because now we understand beauty is vain. It's vain. Verse 31, and when the Lord saw that Leah was hated, he opened her womb, but Rachel was barren. And Leah conceived and bare a son, and she called his name Reuben. For she said, surely the Lord hath looked upon my affliction. Now, therefore, my husband will love me. Rachel was looking for children. Leah was looking for love. Leah was looking for acceptance. Rachel got jealous because she was barren and God opened up her sister's womb in her presence. And it caused envy and jealousy. This is a teachable moment, people. That Yah is showing you. Don't desire a woman for the wrong thing. You despise the one that's going to love you to the death. And accept the one's beauty who might not give you that much love. In most cases, is it like that? No, I don't know. But I'm telling you that most men desire the beauty and that rum shaker over the brain. And the one with the brain who's fair looking might not get as much love as the one that is beautiful. And when God sees stuff like that, he's going to open up the hated womb to teach you a lesson and keep the one barren to teach you a lesson. That beauty is vain. It's vain. What is beauty without brains? Nothing. Nothing. It could prosper you nothing. Verse 32, and Leah conceived and bare a son, and she called his name Reuben. For she said, surely the Lord hath looked upon my affliction. Now, therefore, my husband will love me. And she conceived again and bare a son, and said, because the Lord hath heard that I was hated, he therefore give me this son also. And she called his name Simeon. And she conceived again and bare a son, and said, now, this time will my husband be joined unto me, because I have bore him 3 sons. Therefore was his name called Levi. And she conceived again and bare a son. And she said, now will I praise the Lord. Therefore she called his name Judah and left barren. Rachel was loved. Leah was hated. Yahshua was hated. He come through the mother that was hated, and he was hated. He don't come through the mother that was beloved, because he was not beloved. Can you prove it, K. Judah? That Yahshua come through the mother of the hated, just like he was hated. I can prove it. Let's go to John, chapter 15 and verse 25, and we coming right back. John chapter 15, verse 25, and we coming right back. John 15 and verse 25. John 15 and verse 25. But this cometh to pass, that the word might be fulfilled that is written in the law. They hated me like the mother of the hated without a cause. They hated me like Leah was hated. What did she do wrong? Nothing. Nothing. What did Yahshua do wrong? Nothing. They hated him without a cause. Jacob hated Leah without a cause. Judah come through the mother of the hated. Yahshua sprang from Judah, and he was hated like his mother without a cause. What else God want us to know, K. Judah? Because beauty is vain, brother. So what do the Lord want us to know? Because Leah was hated, her son Judah was hated. Meaning Yahshua, who come through Judah, the king of Israel, was hated without a cause like his mother. So God had to put something in place for you, man, because he know man's mind is corrupt. So look what God put in place because of this situation, because I'm always telling y'all, the Bible always give you teachable moments. This is why the Lord allows certain things and he'll wink at it, because it's to teach you. Did you know that God told Abraham, leave your nephew Lot behind? Don't bring him with you. Leave him where he at. Abraham didn't listen. Look at the results of Lot's life. Both of his daughters laid down with him because they thought he was the last man on earth. But if he would have listened to the Lord, none of that would have transpired. It's a teachable moment. Listen to the Lord. Hezekiah asked God for asked God, don't kill me. I have done everything you asked me to do. And God added 15 more years to Hezekiah's life. But in the other 15 years that he gave him, wickedness sprang forth. But God didn't do it in his time. He did it in his son's time. You know what that taught me? Die when it's your time to go. Die when it's your time to go, because you don't know what's going to follow after that if you stay alive. So when it's your time, let it be your time. It's a reason why God say, it's your time, let it be your time. He know better than you do. Because look what happened after Hezekiah got that extension on his life. Wickedness from his kids sprang forth. It would have never happened if he would have died in his time. These are teachable moments, family. Let me show you something else. The Lord wants you to know this also. This is Deuteronomy chapter 21, and we're going to pick it up at verse 15 because God wants you to know some people. He always puts something in place to teach you because he know man's mind is corrupt. Because he know that a man is going to choose the woman that is beautiful, and you will make those children and bless them and despise the woman that's hated and won't do right by her children. So God put this in place. Deuteronomy 21 and verse 15. Deuteronomy chapter 21 and verse 15. The book of Deuteronomy 21 and verse 15. And God put this in place for a reason. For a reason. And it reads, if a man have two wives, one beloved and another hated. Where God get this from, y'all? This is all the way in Deuteronomy. Why did God put this in place? Because of the situation with Jacob, Rachel, and Leah. If a man have two wives, one beloved and another hated, and they have borne him children, both the beloved and the hated, if the firstborn son be hers that was hated, then it should be, when he maketh his sons to inherit that which he hath, that he may not make the son of the beloved, the firstborn, before the son of the hated, which is indeed the firstborn, but he should acknowledge the son of the hated for the firstborn by giving him a double portion. Why, God? Why he can't just give him one portion? Why a double portion? Because God trying to teach you something, old man. Your ways do not line up with God, man, when you doing women like that, when you have multiple wives. Somebody gonna get hated, bruh. You cannot love all women the same. Somebody gonna get more love than the other. It's just natural. Is it right? No, but men do that all the time. You're gonna love one woman above another. It's just what it is. And somebody gonna get slighted in the relationship. And it's gonna be like Rachel and Leah. They envy. Rachel envy her sister so much. All they did was fuss and fight, man. All they did was squabble. All they did was fuss and fight. Because Rachel was jealous and she envied the fact that God opened up Leah's womb and blessed her in the presence of her sister who was beloved. And she was hated. And Yahshua come through the mother of the one who was hated. And they hated Yahshua without a cause. Just like his mother was hated without a cause. Verse 17. But he should acknowledge the son of the hated for the firstborn by giving him a double portion of all that he had. For he is the beginning of his strength. The right of the firstborn is his. The right of the firstborn is his. So hold up, K. Judah. What that got to do with Bilhah and Zilpah? Because these two women were servants to Rachel and Leah. So why would God, if you saying the pedigree had to be pure, why would God bring forth tribes of women of other nationalities, brother? Because that's what a lot of people teach. That these was women of other nationalities. So our job is to investigate, family. That's what our job is, to investigate, to see if these things are true. Now, I want to prove something real quick, because a lot of people like to say, well, why would God give two sisters and their other sisters to be servants to them? Okay. Just like this right here. Genesis 25 and 23. I see why God say precept must be up on. I really do see why. Because everything is connected in the Bible. You just got to connect the pieces. This is Genesis 25 and verse 23. And it reads, and the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people should be separated from thy bowels. And the one people should be stronger than the other people. And the elder shall serve the younger. So if Laban gave two handmaids to his daughters, what's the problem? Esau was supposed to serve Jacob, and they both brothers. What's the problem? The elder should serve the younger. That's the way the Lord set it up, even before they were born. This is his plan. He's the potter, we the clay. He do whatever he want to do. Whatever he say, that's how it's going to go. Whether you agree with it or not, this is his plan. He's the creator. We not the creator. We are the clay. He's the potter. He's the potter. Now, I'm finna go back to Genesis and read about the sisters, because now it's about to make sense to you. I'm about to show you why I'm saying it's all connected. Christ had to come through a pure bloodline. His pedigree had to be pure blood. It cannot be tainted with any outside influence. It cannot. All this had to be an in-house. In-house, family. Like, I really wish we as a people will keep a lot of our problems in-house instead of fighting on the internet one with another. Like you see a lot of comedians and a lot of celebrities, and I mean, we fighting all over the internet. We just letting the world know how much we hate each other. But I wish these things could be in-house. So if you have a problem, you go hit your brother up. You know, like I didn't try to do before. I didn't ask brothers, well, man, look, let's just chop it up behind the scene. But, you know, to no avail, they go live anyway and just blast everything in an open forum for everybody to know, when it should be in-house. Like, come on, man, just keep it behind the scene. But that's just what we do, family. Because the love is just not there right now. Some of us do love each other. So that's why I never put all of Israel together in one blanket. We got to divide us up in sections because not everybody's doing the same thing. Not everybody's walking in envy. Not everybody's walking in hatred. A lot of people walking in love and in the fruits of the spirit and doing right by Yah's word and their people. But then you got some that they walking in envy, hatred, jealousy, malice, wishing death on their people, making mockery of others. I mean, this is what these people are doing. But a lot of our people are not doing that. A lot of our people walking in righteousness. And some are not. Some are not, family. So let's go to back to Genesis. Let me see what I want. Go back to Genesis. They're just like when Abraham and his wife Sarah. Check this out. God told Abraham, you're going to have a child by Sarah. Sometimes a person can get impatient and mess up the plan. Sarah got impatient and told Abraham, man, just go into my handmaid and I can have a child by her. But how was she going to have a child by her when that woman brought forth that child? So what did Hagar do? She started mocking Sarah. Sarah didn't like it. So she put the woman out. The point that I'm making is that when God say he gonna do something, just be still. When God say he gonna do something, just be still. Just believe what he say. He don't need your outside interference with his plan. He know better than you do. So when he told Abraham, you're going to have a son by Sarah, Sarah tell Abraham to take Hagar. That ain't the plan. So then when Ishmael is born, even though he's not the son of the covenant, this is why in Genesis 22, what did he tell Abraham, family? Take your son, your only son. Hold up. Whoa, what you mean your only son? Hold up. What about Ishmael? Ishmael wasn't the son of the covenant, family. If God is not in covenant with you, he don't know you. Okay, Judy, you talking stupid. Really? So why in the Bible in Amos, he say, you only have I known in Amos chapter 3. You only have I known of all the families of the earth because he made a covenant with you. He never made a covenant with them. So they are outside the covenant. He don't know them. He created them, but he don't have that close relationship with them that he had with you through your father Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And the covenant passed on down to the 12 tribes of Israel, the patriarchs. So Ishmael was Abraham's son, but he said, take now your son, your only son, because Isaac was the son of the covenant, even though he still blessed Ishmael because Ishmael was Abraham's son. And this is why I love this power. This is why I love Yah, because Yah do all things righteous. There's no incorruptible thing in him. It's all pure and righteous. He still blessed Ishmael because he say, man, I'm going to do it because he your son. And he gave him 12 princesses. And when you look at the original Arabs, they are blessed because the original Arabs are black. We're not talking about them Turkish babies over there, them Ottoman Turks. We're not talking about them. We're talking about the original Arabs, Abraham's son. They look like Abraham. And they still around over there in the land today. God blessed them. They got a lot of oil. They blessed. They rich. So he didn't leave Abraham's son Ishmael out without blessing him. But Isaac is the son of the covenant, family, and the promises and the kingdom and the giving of the law and the glory. What advantage have the Jew? Much every way, because chiefly unto them was committed the oracles of God. What are oracles? The answers. God gave you the answers, Israel. Your fathers are the only one ever heard God speak. No other nationality can vouch for that. That's why when people say Jesus spoke to me in my dream, and they be talking about, yeah, I saw Jesus and he had long hair and blue eyes, I just start laughing like, man, you didn't see no Jesus. You just making up stuff. You did not see, because Jesus don't look like that. Stop it. Now, can God visit people in their dreams and you can have visions and he whisper in your ear? But when our fathers heard the voice of Yahshua, they was afraid. They was terrified. So if he really speak to you, stop it. You're going to run out your bed, out your house, down the street. You're going to go try to find some rock to hide under, because you won't be able to handle that type of power, that type of force. That's why I tell God all the time that I don't want to see no angels. I don't want you to speak to me. I'm going to be terrified. So just speak to my spirit, man. Let me know through the spirit, in my mind. Like when you have done many times, God, when you say, hey, don't go left, go right. When you drive, how you stop it, you be like, something telling me to go right, bro. That's God telling you to go right. And then you go home and look at the news and somebody just got killed when you was about to go left. They just robbed somebody that way. Oh, man, thank God, man, you told me to go right. Thank you. Because God speaks through our spirit, which is your mind. Your mind. Because you eat more with your mind than your mouth. Now, let's get back to the two daughters, because I'm about to read something to you, and it's going to make sense. And this is when Jacob left. This is when Jacob left Laban. Let me see what I want. Because he did Jacob dirty, man. He did Jacob dirty. Okay, here it go. Now, we all know that Rachel and Leah was Laban's daughters. But it don't tell us too much about the handmaids. It just say that he gave the two handmaids, one to Leah and one to Rachel, right? Let me open up this window. I want to read this to you. I want to show y'all this. And this is why I'm saying that the Lord allowed Bilhah and Zilpah to have some of the tribes, because they all family. It's all connected. And it didn't alter anything when it comes to their geno pool. This is why in the Bible, family, when God say if a man die, his brother should go in unto his wife so he can keep his brother name alive. Because if my brother, we have the same blood. So if he have a child and name the child after me, my name gonna carry on, because we come from the same blood, the same family tree. That's my immediate family. That's my brother. Same mama, same daddy. So it didn't alter anything. This is why God said you cannot do this with a stranger, meaning somebody of another tribe, because the inheritance is going to move from tribe to tribe. So if my brother died and I refuse to go into his wife, and let's say somebody from Issachar go in unto her, my brother's name can't carry on no more, because the inheritance is going to move to Issachar now. Because when he have a child, he not going to name the child after my brother. He going to name the child after him. And then the inheritance just moved to Issachar. Now my name don't carry on no more. So that's why I be saying that God keep all these things in place and connected. And this is why he never wanted, this is why he said, I will sever you from other people, Israel, because he's trying to keep this pedigree pure. He said the holy people have mingled themselves. The holy people. And that's what he always wanted you to be, the holy people. But, through mixing, through being disobedient, through slavery, a lot of people say, oh, we all mix. But that's not true if you understand the third and fourth generation. He gave it to you for a reason. It's to clean your blood up. And you can do it through your children. Even though your grandmother may be biracial, which it is not their fault that they biracial or how they are born. And this is why when people say, well, brother, I got biracial children, I say, man, you stay in your children's life and you still serve the Lord, and you teach your children about the Most High, and you raise them up in the admiration of the Lord. You don't stop doing what you're doing because of you find out you didn't post the mix. God gonna have mercy on whom he want to have mercy on, and compassion on whom he want to have compassion on. That's why I don't interfere in people's lives. That's not my job. My job is to teach the truth. And whether a sister come and tell me, well, you know, my daddy white or my mama white, hey, still serve the Lord. Still serve the Lord. That shouldn't stop you. But you have Israelites out here teaching people, oh, now you doomed. You doomed then. I would never do that, because now you interfering with God, like you putting yourself on the level of the Most High. He said, I'm going to have mercy on whom I want to have mercy. So you don't know who he going to have mercy on, who he going to have compassion on. And I'm going to tell you something right now. Y'all better stop putting yourself in the stead of the Most High and Yahshua. You men have elevated yourself to the level of Yahshua, because now you have people worshiping y'all and falling down at your feet and crying. And they talking about you third in command and making images of you that look like the Messiah. Like, y'all out of pocket for this, man. And y'all gonna get dealt with. I guarantee you, Yahshua. Everything is written down in heaven. Everything is documented. Y'all are putting yourself on the level. And he told you not to rule over your brethren. Like we should not rule over each other. He told y'all that, and y'all still want to rule over people. Like y'all some leaders or something. Now, here it go, family. Let me open up this window so I can read this to you. All people who are willing to serve the Most High, you can serve the Most High. I would never lie to you and get in the way of you trying to serve the Most High, whatever nationality you come from, because that's our job as a people. That's what we was chosen for, to show the world who the true power is. And once we show the world the true power, they supposed to worship that power and not pagan idols and deities and statues and things that can't hear, things that can't talk, things that can't smell. They supposed to know the true power of Israel. So why are y'all mad that when we waking up all nations to know the true power? I don't get it, man. I'm telling you, I just don't understand this walk. I don't understand this walk. I don't understand what is this movement, because it's full of hatred and it's full of bigotry and it's full of lies, and they make the Most High hateful and evil and wicked. I mean, they even trying to make God perverse, because they saying that God allowed you to rape women. They really saying this, that God allowed you to rape women. They even tell you that God is hateful. This is what they say. Y'all better start watching these YouTube videos. These men are teaching some of the most perverse things known to men. And they got the Bible in their hand while they doing it, family, saying that God said this and God said that. But God never said none of those things, family, if you read the scriptures. He never said those things. But they say he said it. Here you go, family. Check this out. Let me bring it in a little closer. Okay. Let me back it up a little bit. Okay, it say Leah and Rachel were sisters born of Laban's primary wife. And Bilhah and Zilpah were the daughters of his second wife, making Bilhah and Zilpah the half sisters of Rachel and Leah before they married. Laban gifted Bilhah and Zilpah to Leah and Rachel as handmaids. Now, a lot of people use this and say, hold up, brother, they was handmaids though. What was Esau to Jacob? A servant. And they was brothers. So if these sisters was the handmaids to their other sisters, what's the problem? It shouldn't be no problem with that. I don't understand what the problem. The point that I'm telling you is that if they was of other nationalities and God allowed them to bring forth some of the tribes, it's the main tribe that Yahshua kept the pedigree pure. What tribe is that, y'all? Judah. Because remember, Bilhah and Zilpah was handmaids to Leah and Rachel, right? But he made sure that Leah or Rachel, but it was Leah, had Judah. He didn't let no Bilhah and Zilpah have Judah. If y'all wanted to say, well, these women are not the stock of Laban's kinfolk and kindred to Leah and Rachel. These are women of other nationalities. If you was to say that, how did the Lord, who tried to keep this thing in-house, allow 2 women of other nationalities to bring forth the tribes of Israel? How? Well, Joseph had an Egyptian wife. Where was Joseph at when he gave Joseph the wife? In Egypt. Well, Moses had a wife of Midian. Do you not understand who the Midianites are? Let me read it to you. I told you, man, this thing is all connected. Now watch this. This is the book of Genesis, 25, 1 and 2. Let's see where the Midianites come from. Because remember, Moses' father-in-law was a Midian. And he gave Moses his daughter, right? Let's see where Midianites come from. Because y'all try to make it look like, well, these people not related to us. Really? Genesis 25. Genesis 25 and verse 1 and 2. Let me see what I want. Genesis 25 and verse 1 through 2. Listen to this, y'all. Then again, Abraham took a wife, and her name was Keturah, and she bare him Zimran and Jokshan and Midian, and Medan and Midian and Ishbak and Shur. She bore him Midian, y'all. Midian. Who were the Midianites? That was Moses' father-in-law. This is why the Most High, when they try to speak against Moses for taking a wife, because remember, Moses had 2 wives, y'all. He had one from this Midian king, and I think one from Ethiopian woman, or Ethiopian. And they tried to speak against Moses. But where was Moses when he took the wife? There was no other women around, so what you want him to do? When Joseph took his wife, there was no Israelite women around. What you want him to do? So God allowed Ephraim and Manasseh to be born through Joseph. But did you not know that God went and got them in the 4th generation? Why did he wait to the 4th generation? Because he allowed the children to repopulate with themselves. That's why they came out of great multitude, family. Did they mingle with the Egyptians? Absolutely. But that's why he waited to the 4th generation and went and got his people. Because God know what he doing in his plan, man. He know what he doing. That's why God say the children that are born of the Egyptians and the children that are born of Edom can come in a 3rd generation. Why 3rd, God? Because they cleaning up their seed. You cleaning up the blood in the 3rd and 4th generation. No different than if I got with a white woman, I had a son. Don't you know my son got to get a black woman? He can't get another white woman because he going to wipe the seed out. He got to get an Israelite woman. And then when he have a child, that child got to get an Israelite woman or an Israelite man. And then when they have children, they got to do the same thing. Now you didn't clean the seed back up. Now you didn't clean it up because the Gentiles say it take 3 or 4 generations to wipe out your seed, and it take 3 or 4 generations to clean up your seed. I actually heard a Gentile woman say, the brother who was talking to her say, what you prefer? To have babies with a black man or a white man? She said, I would rather have babies with a black man because it's going to keep my lineage going. What you think she meant? These people not dumb. These people know something. They know that if they mingle with you and they have kids, they're going to teach their kids to get somebody that look like them. And before you know it, everybody going to look like Ronda Rousey. Did you know Ronda Rousey got a black grandfather? But you wouldn't know that because her mother got with a Gentile and Ronda Rousey got with a Gentile and her other great-great-great-grandfather and grandmother got with a Gentile. And look at Ronda Rousey, but you wouldn't know she had a black grandfather. Absolutely, she got a black grandfather, family. But you wouldn't know that, though, if her mother didn't come out and tell you she have a black grandfather. Because the seed was wiped out from the grandfather and whoever he got with. And look at Ronda Rousey. But people always told me, though, when you look at Ronda Rousey, you can tell she got something in her, but I don't know. I can't really see it, but her mother did come out and say, well, you know, she got a black grandfather. And everybody was shocked, like, what? And then her mother showed the picture of the black grandfather. So the Most High tried to keep this thing close knitted, family, and he did. He did. Yahshua don't come through no mixed bloodline. Yahshua pedigree was pure. Now the other tribes like Joseph and Ephraim and Manasseh, yeah, he had them by an Egyptian woman, but they still was accepted by Yah. Guess why? Because I'm gonna have mercy on whom I want to have mercy on. And they played a part of their father, Joseph. Because Joseph is the 12th tribe. He's the original 12, not Ephraim and Manasseh. So they playing a part of their father as one tribe, even though God gave them a double portion. He blessed Joseph with a double portion because of Ephraim and Manasseh. And that's why Manasseh got 2 portions of land. He got his land on side with Reuben and Gad, and also with the rest of the tribes, with Judah, Ephraim, and all them. So Manasseh got 2 portions. Yeah, ants. Yeah, they I'm gonna be honest, that tripped me out when I actually saw her mother bring that out, that Ronda Rousey. Because everybody was always saying, K. Judah, like, she don't look like she got some black features. And I was just staring at her like, it looked like she, I was like, it looked like she got a little something in her, but I don't know what it is. And then they was like, bruh, she got a black grandfather. I was like, man, no. And then I went and searched up a video, and her mother showed the black grandfather, and it blew me away, because I was like, man, you wouldn't know that if her mother would have never said it, because Ronda Rousey looked like just a regular Gentile woman. And she got with a Gentile husband, and they had some Gentile kids. So you wouldn't know that if you go in her family tree, you're going to find some black blood right there. You see, so she say, actually, Asenath is the daughter of Dinah and Shechem. And that's another thing, y'all. Do this too. Go to the lineage and start from Adam and work your way all the way to the Messiah. And y'all gonna see how the Most High kept this thing in house, family. Don't let nobody deceive you with Rahab the harlot in Matthew chapter 1, verse 5. Don't let nobody deceive you with Ruth. You have to understand that in Matthew chapter 1, verse 5, that is not Rahab the harlot. That is not Rahab the harlot, family. That is a different woman. Rahab the harlot is not related to Yahshua through his bloodline. It is a lie. It is a lie. Ruth, when they say Ruth is the grandmother of David, Ruth was not no Moabite, man. You have to understand the history. When they came out of Egypt, what happened to the Moabites in the plains of Moab? Let me ask you a good question before I get up out of here. How can Moab be dwelling in the plains of Moab if Moses died on Mount Nebo? How? Let me just read this real quick, because it's always good to read it, man. Let me go to Deuteronomy 34. And I just want to read this, man. And then I'm going to go to Judges chapter 11 and show you how long they lived in the land. This is Deuteronomy chapter 34 and verse 1. And it reads, and Moses went up from the plains of Moab. And Moses went up from the plains of Moab And Moses went up from the plains of Moab unto the mountain of Nebo, to the top of Pisgah, that is over against Jericho. And the Lord showed him all the land of Gilead unto Dan, family. See what I'm saying? So Moses and them was dwelling in the plains of Moab because they took it from Sihon and Og, king of Bashan and king of the Amorites. They never took the land from Moab. They took it from the Amorites, who took it from Moab. How long did they live in that land, K. Judah? Let's go to Judges. And that's why I tell people you cannot go straight to Ruth chapter 1 without dealing with the history of how Moses and them got the plains of Moab. They never took the land of Moab. They took the plains of Moab, because below the Arnon River was their actual land. And above the Arnon River was like what we would call the country. So people have to understand that. This is Judges chapter 11. And watch what they say. Watch what they say. And this is going to seal the deal, man, right here. Okay, this is Judges 11. I'm going to read verse 1, then I'm going to jump down. It says, now Jephthah the Gileadite was a mighty man of valor, and he was the son of a harlot, and Gilead begot Jephthah. Now, a lot of people like to say, you see, K. Judah, he wasn't no Israelite. It never said that. It says his mother was he was a son of a harlot, meaning his mama played the hoe. But that don't mean she wasn't an Israelite. It just say she was the son of the harlot. You see how people try to manipulate stuff? When did it ever say this man wasn't no Israelite? And then he was a judge too? Stop it, man. Stop it. This is the time of the judges, man. He was a judge. All right, now jump down to verse 26 and listen to what Jephthah about to say. He say, while Israel dwelt in Heshbon and her towns, and in Ariel and her towns, and in all the cities that belong by the coast of Arnon. Anybody know what Arnon is? That's between the land of Moab and the plains of Moab. How long did y'all dwell in that land, brother? And in all the cities that be along by the coast of Arnon, 300 years. Why, therefore, did ye not recover them within that time? Why is he saying this? Verse 14. Verse 14. And Jephthah sent messengers again unto the king of the children of Ammon, and said unto him, thus said Jephthah, Israel took not away the land of Moab, nor the land of the children of Ammon. But when Israel came up from Egypt and walked through the wilderness unto the Red Sea, and came to Kadesh, then Israel sent messengers unto the king of Edom, saying, let me, I pray thee, pass through thy land. But the king of Edom would not hearken thereunto. And in like manner, they sent unto the king of Moab, but he would not consent. And Israel abode in Kadesh. Then they went along through the wilderness and can pass the land of Edom and the land of Moab, and came by the east side of the land of Moab, and pitched on the other side of the Arnon, and pitched on the other side of the Arnon, and pitched on the other side of the Arnon. What you mean, K. Judah? Above the Arnon River, y'all. They never dwelt below the Arnon River, which was the actual land of Moab. Because remember, God told Israel when they came out of Egypt, I will not give you the land of Edom. I will not give you the land of Moab. I will not give you the land of the Ammonites, because I have given it to the children of Lot. So how they took their land, y'all? How they took their land? Now here it go. Listen again. And pitch on the other side of Arnon, but came not within the borders of Moab. From Arnon was the border of Moab, y'all. What border? Let me show y'all real quick. Let me show y'all. Pictures speak 1,000 words, man. Let me show y'all real quick. And we're going to let this be true, man, so we can just stop this. I'm talking about all these lies these people telling because they don't understand the book, man. So we're going to let y'all be true and y'all sure. And we're going to let the Bible show you. We're going to let the Bible show you. Now watch this. I got one more picture, then I'm finna show y'all. Okay, here you go, family. Let me open up my window and show you this. Then it's going to make sense to you. And this is going to make sense to you. Watch this. Because don't y'all know that we've been teaching this for years. Now you got ISUPK and other people coming out now saying that Ruth is an Israelite. But they was never teaching that before. They was never teaching that before. So look at these maps. First, we're going to deal with this one. Now, this is what the land looked like before Sihon, king of the Amorites, took it from Moab. Now, I want you to know what we just read in Judges chapter 11. He said they dwelt between the borders of Moab, right? Look at this the border. Look. See where my cursor moving at? This is the border, y'all. Let me bring it in a little bit more. This the border where my cursor moving at. This the border. He say we never went down here to the land of Moab. This the land. They was dwelling up here between the border. But K Judah, it's all purple, brother. This all the Moabite land. You have to understand the history because King Sihon of the Amorites did this to Moab. Now what it looked like. What you see now. It's a Amorites territory. So when Moses and them asked King of Og of Bashan and King Sihon of the Amorites, can we pass through the king's highway? They came out and fought against Israel according to Numbers chapter 21. And the Bible say that Moses and them took the plains of Moab from king of the Amorites, who took it from the former king of the Moabites. So it looked like this at first. And then it went to this. And then it went to this. There you go. And Moses died right here on Mount Nebo. And this is why it say Reuben, because Reuben received this territory. So how can Ruth be a Moabite if the Israelites was dwelling between the borders of Arnon River right here, between the borders of Moab? He go to Arnon River. He go to land of Moab. And Moses and them was dwelling up here, family. He go Ariel, Heshbon, Mount Nebo, and Pisgah. There you go. Reuben received this lot. So in the time of Ruth, this land belonged to the Reubenites. So how can Ruth be a Moabite if Reuben and them was dwelling in this land, family? That's all I'm asking. How? The history don't support it. Moses died right here. Because look, Moses got on top of this mountain and he looked over here where my cursor moving at. And God showed him all the land. Here go Dan. You remember he showed him from Dan. He showed him all this. But Moses could not cross over Jordan. He could not cross over the Jordan River. And he died on Mount Nebo because he smote the rock instead of talk to the rock. So this is where Moses died at, y'all, in the plains of Moab or the country of Moab. And here go Moab below the Arnon River. Now I got a good question. They're about to blow everybody's mind. Watch this. Let me go to Numbers. And I'm about to read this. Here you go, fam. This is Numbers 22. Numbers 22. And I want y'all to keep looking at this picture. It's about to make sense to you. Keep looking at that picture. It's about to make sense. And let me show this picture too. Hold up. Then I'm coming right back. This is what Moses was looking at, all the land of Canaan. Y'all see where my cursor moving at? He got on Mount Nebo right here. And God showed him all this land of Canaan. But Moses could not cross over, family. He could not cross over. So let's go back here. And here you go. Now, if the Israelites took Moab, how was this Moabite king able to see what they was doing up here? He about to tell you right now that he saw what they was doing up here when they destroyed the Amorites. This king about to tell you that he saw what they was doing. This is Numbers 22 in verse 1. And the children of Israel set forward and pitched in the plains of Moab. Here you go, right here. You go, the plains of Moab. On this side Jordan by Jericho. And Balak, the son of Zippor, saw all that Israel had done to the Amorites. I can close the book. The Bible just said that the king of Moab saw that all that Israel had done to the Amorites. How did he see it, y'all? Because he was dwelling below the Arnon River in the land of Moab, not the country of Moab, but the land of Moab. So he saw that Moses and them destroyed the Amorites up here. Because remember, it looked like this at first. It belonged to the Amorites who took it from Moab. And then Moses and them took it from the Amorites. And it looked like that. So Christ didn't come through no tainted bloodline. I showed you this to prove that Yahshua did not come through no tainted bloodline of Ruth and the harlot Rahab. It just, no, it's a lie. It's not biblical. You have to understand history. You have to understand timeline. I keep telling people, if you don't understand the history and the timelines of what happened in these times, when they did happen, man, you're going to be running in the circle, bro. Because most people do this. They go straight to Ruth. And guess what they try to use? Well, Ruth said, your people should be my people. Your God should be my God. When did Ruth happen, family? In the time of the judges. When you look in Hebrew, the word Elohim is going to put judges and gods. So your God, meaning your judge, should be my judge. Your people on the other side of the Jordan River, they should be my people. Because Ruth didn't know them on the other side of the Jordan River. Just like they didn't know Ruth on the other side of the Jordan River. Just because we all kinfolk don't mean we all know each other, family. We just don't all know each other until we get to know one another. So Naomi didn't know Ruth until her sons took them Moabite women to wife. And he never called them the daughters of Moab. He called them Moabitish women because they was dwelling in the plains of Moab. And you Israelite men better not lie. You know that people was called after the land in which they dwelt. How we know that? How did you think the promised land became the name of Canaan? Because Canaan named the land after his name. How biblical, man. All right, family. Do anybody have any questions? All Laban's daughters are all related and kinfolk, and this is why them having the tribes didn't do anything to mess up God's plan. I'm going to say it one more time. Laban's daughters having the tribes, it was no problem. It didn't mess up God's plan. It didn't mess up the tribes. It didn't mess up his plan. It did not mess up Yahshua's pedigree because he come through Leah anyway. From Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, all the way down through the line of Judah, through David, Boaz, and all them. It did not mess up anything. So Yahshua was a pure blood from the line of Judah, from the tribe of Judah. And he is king over Israel. So do anybody have any questions before I get up out of here? Do anybody have any questions before your brother K. Judah get up out of here? Hey, thank y'all, Wise Society, and thank you, man, for educating us, my sister. You're a very sharp sister, man. Very sharp. Very sharp. You're an oracle, kind of remind me of each other, the way y'all articulate, you know, y'all information, man. You know, so yeah, y'all some very sharp sisters, man. So thank you for all that you do. Okay, family, I love y'all, family. If anybody don't have any questions, you can research this on your own. The scriptures that was provided, my motivation for coming in here today was to prove that Laban's daughters, Jacob getting his wife from among his mother's brother, Abraham sending his servant to go to his kindred to get Isaac a wife. And they did this, family, because they did not want to mess up God's plan. Even when Abraham took Hagar, God say, nope, this is not the child of the covenant because this is going to mess up my plans. This is Ishmael. I can't use him for the covenant because he came through Hagar and not Sarah. You see what I'm saying, y'all? So he needed Sarah to have the child because it was going to keep the covenant and the ball rolling. Because from Abraham to Isaac, then it went to Jacob, right? And guess what? Jacob, Isaac and Rebekah, they got they union from the same kinfolk. And then Jacob got his wife from among his kinfolk. Now we know that, like I told y'all, Joseph, he had an Egyptian wife. But God had mercy on Joseph because what else Joseph was going to do, y'all? I mean, what other woman was around for him to wife? His father only came in Egypt with 70 souls. So he was second in command. So it's only right that the person who gave him second in command give him a wife. And he had 2 sons. And God still accepted those sons. Because I'm going to have mercy on whom I want to have mercy. I'm going to have compassion and who I want to have compassion. And we know that Joseph was one of the greatest out of all the 12. Joseph was one of the greatest out of all the 12. We know that. So he loved Joseph and he had mercy on Joseph and compassion on Joseph. And he accepted his 2 sons. And then when they got in front of Jacob, Jacob put Ephraim above Manasseh. And Joseph was like, no, my father, it should not be done. And his father said, no, I know what I'm doing. He gonna be great, but this one right here, oh yeah, he gonna be greater. And he was talking about Ephraim. And this is why the Bible say, take the stick of Judah and the stick of Ephraim. You see what I'm saying? Because Ephraim was gonna be greater than Manasseh, even though Manasseh was the firstborn. See, God's plan, we have to get out the way of God's plan. This is why you cannot corrupt the word of God, because it's already planned out. And then here you come corrupting his plan, just adding stuff to the Bible and taking things away and talking about Rahab is the harlot in Matthew chapter 1, verse 5. Ruth is a Moabite. Oh, and then Israel. No, man, you corrupting the plan. You got to get knowledge before you talk. You got to get understanding before you speak. And you can't teach the people if you don't know nothing. You doing them a disservice and you doing yourself a disservice. And man, you going to get yourself hurt playing with God, because he do not want this Bible to be corrupted by nobody. So when things come out of our mouth, we have to make sure we on point. And we have to study and do our due diligence. Because if you don't know what you're talking about, put this Bible down, bro. I'm telling you, put it down, man. Because you playing with fire. And me and Sharsham talk about this all the time on the telephone, how scary it is to be a teacher. This is not an easy job. Like, this is not something we just wake up and we want to do all the time. We are walking on eggshells, because everything that come out of our mouth have to be on point, and it have to be scriptural. And we have to back it up with the Bible and history. We can't just tell you anything, because we can get put to death for that. So I love y'all, family. I say big salute. And I say many blessings to the Israelites worldwide. And y'all enjoy y'all day and the rest of y'all week. And I'm praying for your families, your mothers and fathers, husbands and wives, brothers and sisters, and all your little ones, that y'all may be blessed. In the name of Yahshua HaMashiach and the Most High Yah, I say big salute.
Yeah. Give a little more, y'all. Family all around me. Yeah. Give a little more, y'all. Give a little more, y'all. That ain't all that you is. That ain't all you gon' be. That ain't all you gon' know. That ain't all you gon' see. That ain't all you gon' give. That ain't all you gon' take. That ain't all you gon' fix. That ain't all you gon' break. That ain't all you gon' kiss. That ain't all you gon' hug. That ain't all you gon' trust. That ain't all you gon' love, no. We all gotta pray a little more, each and every day a little more. So, I had bad days before, know I'm gon' face some more. So, I had a walk with God, I had a talk with God. He said, even when it get hard, it'll be not a problem, no. We all gotta pray a little more, each and every day a little more. So, I had bad days before, know I'm gon' face some more. So, I had a walk with God, I had a talk with God. He said, even when it get hard, it'll be not a problem, no. We all gotta pray a little more, each and every day a little more. So, I had bad days before, know I'm gon' face some more. That ain't all you gon' do, that ain't all you gon' say. That ain't all that's true, that ain't all that's play. That ain't all you gon' feel, that ain't all you gon' understand. That ain't all you gon' have fast, that ain't all you gon' underhand. That ain't all you gon' hold, that ain't all you gon' wish. That ain't all you gon' remember, that ain't all you gon' miss. That ain't all you gon' lose, that ain't all you gon' gain. That ain't all you gon' pull, that ain't all you gon' strain. That ain't all you gon' kiss, that ain't all you gon' hug. That ain't all you gon' trust, that ain't all you gon' love, no. We all gotta pray a little more, each and every day a little more. So, I had bad days before, know I'm gon' face some more. So, I had a walk with God, I had a talk with God. He said, even when it get hard, it'll be not a problem, no. We all gotta pray a little more, each and every day a little more. So, I had bad days before, know I'm gon' face some more. So, I had a walk with God, I had a talk with God. He said, even when it get hard, it'll be not a problem, no. We all gotta pray a little more, each and every day a little more. So, I had bad days before, know I'm gon' face some more. That ain't all you gon' feel, that ain't all you gon' touch. That ain't all you gon' know, that ain't all you gon' love, no. We all gotta pray a little more, each and every day a little more. So, I had bad days before, know I'm gon' face some more. So, I had a walk with God, I had a talk with God. He said, even when it get hard, it'll be not a problem, no. We all gotta pray a little more, each and every day a little more. So, I had bad days before, know I'm gon' face some more. So,
I got you, Patrice. Okay, my sister say, are the Israelites who marry grafted into the fake Gentiles misguided then? This question has always come up. Their reference no more Jew nor Greek. Now, let me say this, Patrice. What the Israelites are doing today, they are taking the New Testament and they are saying that the 10 tribes in the New Testament are Gentiles. But the Bible says there's neither no more Jew nor Greek, right? But they saying, no, brother, them Israelites, Gentiles. But that's not true. Because Yahshua knew exactly who to tell Peter and them to go to, which was the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Peter and them was never called the house of Israel after the split. They was called Judah and Jerusalem. And the northern kingdom was called the house of Israel. So when he said there's neither Jew nor Greek, he not talking about there's neither Jew or no Israelite Greek or no Israelite Gentile, even though we know the Greek Empire happened before the Roman Empire. So Yahshua knew who exactly who the lost sheep was. He never called them Gentiles. So there's neither Jew nor Greek. There's neither bond nor free. There's neither male nor female. We are all one in Yahshua. And what makes us all one, y'all? Faith. Faith in Yahshua. Then are you Abraham's seed? Because not all Israel is Israel. And he made that statement because just because you're an Israelite, all Israelites don't have faith in Yahshua. All Israelites don't even believe in Yahshua. All Israelites kick against, I mean, not all Israelites. Some Israelites kick against Yahshua. So a lot of us believe in Yahshua, then a lot of them don't believe in Yahshua. So that means that if a Gentile do believe in Yahshua, do believe that the Most High is the Most High, do believe that Israel is Israel, and they do everything like an Israelite, hey, and they walk in according to faith, they're going to be accepted by Yahshua. They're going to be accepted by the Most High. Because he say one law should be to him that is homeborn and the stranger. That's why he said there's neither Jew nor Greek. Because we're going to all be one in Yahshua. But these men manipulate the scriptures and say, no, that ain't talking about that, brother. That's talking about Israelite Gentiles. When have the Lord ever called Israelite Gentiles in the Bible? Now, he may call them strangers, but he never called them Gentiles, family. All you got to do is go read Romans chapter 9 when Paul met Yahshua on the road to Damascus. He told Paul, I'm going to send you to the Gentiles and kings and the children of Israel. Who was the children of Israel he went to? So how can they be the children of Israel and Gentile? And all the punctuation right there have a comma separating Gentiles from kings and the children of Israel. And absolutely. That's another thing I want to say. We had a lot of our people living in Greece, and a lot of because Paul was a Roman citizen, right? But Paul was from the tribe of Benjamin. We are Israelites, but we American citizens. But we don't come from America, just like Paul didn't come from Rome. He was a Roman citizen, but Paul is a Benjamite, and he's an Israelite. So our people lived in Greece, our people lived in Rome, our people lived in Cappadocia, because on the day of Pentecost, they came from all the places where they was born. On the day of Pentecost, he say even strangers of Rome, Cappadocia and Asia and Pamphylia, all these places to the day of Pentecost. And guess what it said, Patrice? Devout Jews out of every nation. He didn't say all Israel. He said devout Jews out of every nation came to Pentecost. Hold up. What about the northern kingdom? Where they was? They the lost sheep. And why Yahshua say go to the lost sheep. Peter and them knew the Sabbath day. They knew the feast days because they kept Pentecost. Even Paul said, I got to go to Jerusalem to keep the feast. How can you be lost knowing to do all this? So Christ said, go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And he commissioned Paul to go to the Gentiles and also the children of Israel. So Paul was commissioned to teach the Gentiles. Peter brought in the first Gentile, which was Cornelius. And a lot of people say he's an Israelite, but I don't see how that fit into the scripture, because Peter told him, you know, it is unlawful for me to come to one of another nation. But I thought he was an Israelite. How can he be from another nation and be an Israelite? These things just don't be making sense. So there's neither Jew nor Greek according to faith, Patrice. But Israel is still the first love, still received the covenant, still received the glory and the promises and the kingdom. And we know according to Isaiah 14 that the nations are going to cleave to us and we're going to rule over our oppressors. That's book. Because he that killed with the sword must be killed with the sword. He that lead into captivity must go into captivity. So is the Lord going to kill everybody? No. Because somebody got to serve us, right? Just like we serve them. But that don't mean they can't, get to know the Messiah and get to know the Most High. It's just that God has an order about things. We serve y'all, you going to serve us. But it's going to be done in righteousness. We're not going to do what you did. But the Lord is going to let us fight a little bit too, because we're his battle axe and weapons of war. See, that's why I'm saying, like, these different timelines, y'all, or when he going, because somebody might say, we're going to fight. And then somebody going to say, we're his battle axe. But you got to ask yourself, when we going to fight? It's not right now. It's when he come, family. Revelations 19, when he ride up on a white horse, those who be so blessed to be in the first resurrection, you going to fight with the Messiah. He going to let Israel get some kickback. That's book. That's book. He said, I will use Israel to destroy Edom and the Philistines. Because what they done to us, family. But he not talking about right now. We still in captivity. We don't got no power, no army to fight anybody. But a day will come when Yahshua will give us the ability and power. And we're going to be like David. And we're going to fight, y'all. So all these things will happen in his time. In the timeline of prophecy. But it's not going to happen now because These things will happen when Yahshua come and rescue his people and give us that power back. That's why he say, he that is weak gonna be like David. Man, boy, all praise to the Most High, that he love us so much, y'all, that he gonna give us the ability and power back that we lost before, like our fathers had. They was like gods, killing thousands of men at one time. Like, man, I wonder what that looked like. 10,000 men, you know, thousands of men, and I mean, just handling business with them swords, man. Handling business with them swords. Anything else you want to ask, Patrice? Yeah, but Ann's is correct that you had Israelites living in Rome and Greece. You had man, to be honest with you, Paul even mentioned Italy in the Bible. He said, when I come to you in Italy, let's see if I can find it. Because we had our people over there too. Let me see, and then I'm gonna get up out of here. Okay, there you go, y'all. It's Acts 27, and this is what it say. He say, and when he was determined that we should sail into Italy, see, they delivered Paul and certain other prisoners unto one named Julius, a centurion of Augustus' band. So Paul even sailed to Italy because you had our people over there in Italy. So, man, I love y'all, family. And like I say, man, don't allow hatred to come into your heart, y'all, for when you take God's word and you lie. And this is why I'm saying this. Because a lot of our people hate the Gentiles for what they have done to us. And I can understand the anger. I can understand our pain. But you cannot corrupt God's word because of your feelings. You got a right to be angry. But when you corrupt the word of God in your anger, now you playing with fire. So be angry, sin not. And a lot of y'all are taking the word of God and you going straight into the New Testament, and y'all are manipulating a lot of scriptures to fit your narrative. And it is causing a lot of stumbling blocks. It's causing a lot of people to be confused. Now you got a argument going on who the Gentiles is in the New Testament. You got an argument going on who can be saved. You got an argument going on that God hate all the nations and he not going to save nobody. Only Israel going to be saved. And we got that going on. And we know that he going to save Israel, but the Bible say that they're going to cleave to us. He say they should 10 men should grab the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying we going with you because we know God is with you. They're going to be so afraid at that time. They're going to try to bring presents and gifts to Yahshua. They're going to bring you to Yahshua as a gift and an offering. Look, man, we bought your people. Show us some mercy. Big salute to Mina Coleman, my beloved sister. Big salute to Mike C, praying for my brother. I love the Coleman family. So I want to say this, family, in the words of my beloved sister August Dreams. Thank y'all for coming to the Lions Den with the CUC family, the FOPE family, and all you beautiful beloved brothers and sisters in the chat. I say salute and shalom. Let's get it. And your brother K. Judah want to say shalom.